It's a point for the Bucks today at Edgar Street, Hereford. They've drawn 1-1 in National League North, and I have manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, what's your assessment of that draw today?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think away from home, Hereford, a tricky place. I don't think there's been many teams over the last month or two that have got much change out of them here. So, yeah, it keeps us in the playoffs, and obviously good momentum, still unbeaten. In terms of the performance, I think we need to be better. We need to be a bit more reliable and efficient. And build blocks. Really, I just said to the players there that, you know, as a footballing team, you know, we can be exceptional at times, but you know, the little 1% we need to be better at. But overall, I thought we'd come into it the second half a little bit better. So I was pleased with the character.
I'm going to say, were you pleased with the response after conceding an early goal?
Yeah, again though, you know, it's difficult because we just talk about football intelligence. You know, everything that the lads are lacking at the moment is within their capabilities to do. You know, there's a lot of teams that lack and are unable to get to those levels, whereas we have it in our control. So it's quite frustrating, you know, when we set out to be resolute and compact and tight early and we concede a goal as poorly as we did. Then, you know, we need to be better, of course. But ultimately, like you say, after a second half talking to, we came out for the second. Sorry, half time talking to, we came out for the second half, and I thought the lads did really well. We adjusted slightly, and you know, the lads did really well. I thought we could have gone on and won it.
Sure, and you've got plenty of options on the bench. I think one in particular, Henry Cameron's coming on. Nice to see him back as well.
Yeah. No, with no excuses from us going into the late stages of the season. Jamie Haynes, my first team coach, did a few stats on, you know, players and their average time on the pitch, and we're probably the least in the top 10. So, you know, every player's played less time than the opposition. So that's important to us on average. You know, it's important to us because going in now, these next two games, we're fresher than anyone. So that's a real good stat for me to take into the lads and say, look, no excuses from us now. And again, you know, obviously we've only got Sunday. I'm sure one of your questions will be, how will we recover and be ready for Monday? You know, again, I had a toast and a drink and invited some of the families in at the start of the season, and I asked for their understanding and their empathy and sympathy, and just asked them to be on board with what we were doing. And you know, that was a big part of now. So, you know, I just said to them, they can't be in a beer garden tomorrow. I know it's Easter Sunday and I know it's all lovely, but you know, they have to be insane to it now. They have to be completely gone to it, and that mission of trying to get in the playoffs. So, you know, I'm asking their family. I've just said to them now, I'm asking their families. Don't ask a lot from them away from football, but they need to be understanding. You know, can't be chasing around the kids. They can't be in beer gardens and all of the above. They need to be preparing for Monday. So I don't think it's too much to sacrifice. But they'll be ready. They'll be ready, and we're looking forward to Monday's game.
Yeah, sure. It's a quick turnaround, isn't it? Only a day between games, but that stuff about the average, you know, minutes and everything, that bodes well, doesn't it? I think.
Well, I think so, because again, going into this late stage of the season, it's not just physically but mentally. I think it gives us a mental lift knowing that actually, on average per player, we've played less than what the opposition have, certainly in the top 10. That's testament to our recruitment and a testament to the players. You know, one comes out and another one goes in pretty seamless. So we've hit it on the head, the nail on the head pretty much this season. So with that, from that perspective, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. But again, you know, they need to be ready. They need to be ready. No excuses from us. Not just, oh yeah, we've 2 games in 3 days. We've got a good squad and we've got the right group. So I expect us to be you know, ready to go on Monday.
And is the message very much, it's in our hands, 2 games to play. If we do that, collect 2 wins, and nobody else can.
Yeah, you can only focus on yourself. You know, you're against yourself. I say this to the players all the time. You're against yourself. You know, and you ultimately at the end of the game, come what may, you just want to be able to say, yes, I worked hard, I showed desire, I did a job and a half, I was reliable, I was efficient, I committed to it. You want to be able to say those things, and if you can and it doesn't work out, then you know, this is life. But ultimately, from my experience, you do those things more often than not, you become successful. So that's just the thing. At the moment we're very, very good in possession, you know, playing our patterns, and that's great, but we need to be able to do the other side first, and against teams like Hereford who have to do that, you know, we need to match that, and going into Monday's game it will be no different. So big game, you know, I know all the supporters and all the community will come out because the stakes are high, so you know, I know they'll come and support us and try and get us over the line.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for your time, Gavin.
Cheers. Thanks, mate. Cheers.